Good afternoon. Thank you on behalf of Huawei in Greece. And I want to congratulate you for hosting this forum that promotes dialogue for these very important issues. I'm going to talk about energy topics regarding storage and the main parts of a technology that already exists in order to support the increase of areas consumption. This will be the backbone of the photovoltaic market in the future. What has changed compared to the traditional household systems as we had them in our minds at the beginning of the previous decade? The heart of the system is the photovoltaic converter. In the past, it used to convert DC to AC in order to be connected to the grid, but now it can monitor, control production and storage through batteries by also assisting to the security of the system, something that we're going to talk about a little later. There's another factor as well that will drive demand to even higher levels, and that's the control of load. The smart combination of all these things through this converter can help reach demands of 95% and allowing to each home, each household to produce its own energy. And we should not forget electromobility, which will become a larger part of the systems as time goes by. Without going into the technical details, I want to underline the most important aspects of these systems. First of all, it's security, safety, something that we do not deal with perhaps as we should, even though these are installations that are close to our houses and therefore this should be an important concern. But what is the problem? Bad installation of the panels, bad connections with the cables may create electric arcing, and that of course increases the danger for fires. And why is it difficult to detect this arcing? Because the arc signal is similar to the signal of white noise. Therefore, when white noise is near to the arc, it's difficult to detect such conditions, and it's also possible to have false alarms. In order to solve this problem, how Huawei combines the FCA technology, arc fault circuit interrupter, with artificial intelligence and can timely detect the creation of an arc and protect an installation and therefore the household. To make this more clear, you see on the left what happens when this functionality is not available. It's a short video that shows us what happens when arcing is present. 6 seconds after the ignition of the arc, it's still there. On the right, we have 2 additional snapshots where the system, this AFCI system, is in operation. The first is when the arc is first generated, and then when it is put out. These are the the local standards should be upgraded to include when the arc is quenched on the second slide. Technology should solve problems, not create problems. That are even more serious than the problems it tries to solve. Second thing, energy independence. The battery, when a battery is connected to a household, it gives the opportunity to continue to supply certain select loads. A typical example is the solar
περιπτώσεις μιλάμε στην πραγματικότητα για πολλά.
So we're talking about equipment that improves our quality of life because we can have warm water at any time. Energy efficiency and energy independence, in addition to savings beyond those, will be a big advantage for end users, and that has to be understood by the market. And of course, let's not forget the efficiency of the system, which of course improves with storage, such as, for example, those that proposed by Huawei, the incorporated integrated optimizer that gives the possibility for the use of old as well as new batteries. In order not to go further into details, I would like to say only that in many European countries there are already thousands of such systems installed. Why there is market therefore in those countries and not in Greece? I think that Mr. Psomas has already explained some of the reasons, but I would like to add some information about some countries in Europe. Incentive, irrespective of the size of the country, is very important. Incentives that have to be provided to the consumers in order to create a critical mass that will lead to reduction of costs, taking into consideration the increased charge that will be created with electrical cars. We hope that this will happen in Greece also. However, based on best practices such as the recent incentives provided by the state in Italy, we also hope that residential batteries will also be used because they are a long-term investment and which of course has a lot of advantages. Let us not forget also the fact that there are quite a few advantages for the networks themselves. Very important will also be the contribution of the virtual floor plans, which will be implemented to mass control both the batteries and the chargers. Here I would like to present you the new Huawei Digital Power Business Unit, which is typical of how we focus on digital power and also incorporate all developments of the last 20 years to create contemporary and smart networks and applications. In addition to transformers and also batteries, there are other solutions that relate, for example, to electrical cars and electrical movement. We are in direct contact and cooperation with the industry, especially with regard to system management, DC charging modules, which will actually enable us to, this cooperation will enable us to have quite impressive developments in the future. Theory is a good thing, but we also need some practice. This bus has just arrived in Greece. it has a number of installed household and professional commercial, let's say, applications of our company, and will go around Greece and Cyprus in order to inform the consumers of what the market will bring, the cities that will be, let's say, where the bus will stop, will be announced in our web page. I think that there's nothing but good things to be expected for